So the first part of the drums is in my opinion, the main part of the drums, the snare drum. So the snare drum has these little wires on the bottom that gives it that nice like sound. So without them on, it sounds like this, and then with it on, it sounds like this. So there's that sound, and this is pretty much the bass line for any drum beat is the snare. So something like that. Snares can have many different sounds. I like to have mine pretty tight just because of the drumming that I do, but you can loosen it and give it more of a fatter sound. If you play more rock music or whatever kind of music you play, or it could just be personal preference, you can have a fat snare and play any different genre. Just get out like that. Gives it that wider sound. Alright, the next thing, I'll go with the cymbal. So, the main cymbal probably is the hi-hat. So, you can get a bunch of different sounds out of it. You can get a closed sound. And you can do open, so that's more for rock again. So like... And then you can combine the two in some beats and be like... to add some little flair to your sounds. You can have it, I like to have mine pretty open. It gives it a nice wide sound again. And you can have it closed, just so it sounds a little tighter and more minimalist. So like... as opposed to the open sound. Again, wider. But it all comes down to personal preference. Alright, next we have crashes. So all crashes sound different. So first we have a thin crash. So it's 16 inches wide, so it's pretty small. And this one's 18. And it's called a crash ride. So it can have a nice bell sound. And it has kind of a deeper sound than this one. This has a brighter sound, so. And then this one. The deeper sounds, just switch up your sounds in snares, or in cymbals, sorry. And next we have the ride cymbal. So the ride, it has a nice chimey sound to it, so you play it on the tip of your drumsticks, so it gives you this sound. So that's good to play in like a chorus of a song, just to switch it up from the hi-hat. And you can also play on the bell, so that gives you... You can even play the ride as a crash too. I personally don't like the sound of that, so I don't usually do that. And the next cymbal we have is called the China cymbal. So the China cymbal, it's kind of like a gong sound. So mine's pretty small, it's 14 inches, same size as this crash. So it gives you a nice short sound, but still a good sound. So, and that's good just for anything. You can throw it in on time with the snare, so it gives the snare a nice cool sound. So just add something to that snare hit. You can just use it as a crash too. And the last cymbal that I have is called splash cymbal. So splash cymbal's got a nice like little tiny sound, so it just sounds like this. So that's good for just throwing in the middle of a verse or to end the verse too. It sounds cool. So if you're just playing. So yeah, it gives you that nice little sound. It's a really awesome sound. I think this is my favorite cymbal that I have. So now that we know the cymbals, let's go on to the other part of the drums, the toms. So first we have the tom-toms, they're called. So these are these two. And those are good for doing fills, like throwing in nice fills. And then we got the floor toms. So my floor tom, I have 16 and an 18 inch, I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Move these guys off. So the floor toms, they give you just added more. Usually you only have one floor tom, but I have two. So, and those give you those nice, really deep sounds. So these ones are more like a higher sound, and then the floor toms sound like that. So they give you that nice, deep sound. And these can be added to fills, or you can even make beats with them. So. So it can be like something like that. And also along with your floors, so usually drum kits, they come with these ones. And then I have these, they're called rototoms. So rototoms stand for rotating toms. So they have more higher sound, so like rototoms, how you tune them is that you actually twist them. So I like to have mine pretty high again. But if you loosen it, just like that, you can hear the different sound. And it's really cool for anything. You can't really make a whole lot of beats with them, like with these, like it just doesn't sound as good. So more for fills. This one's 8-inch tom and this one's a 12-inch tom. So yeah, the smaller one gives you that smaller, tighter sound, and the bigger one gives you that nice fat sound. And again, rotate it, loosen it, different sound. So let's try that with the fill. Like that. And I even have another tom. And this is just from, yeah, it's tuned in the middle of these two drums. And this is just from a little kid kit that someone found at Value Village for me. But it does have a really cool sound to it. So. Yeah, so even with it being a really cheap drum, it still sounds really awesome. All right, and the last, but certainly not least part of the drums is the kick drum. So that's this. And this is kind of what your whole beat is based off of. So usually it matches up with the bass line of the song. So let's just do a simple one. And then you can get double kick pedals, and that gives you kind of like a, so like it has two pedals, so it's like that. And yeah, that's for more metal drumming, which I don't do. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I do have one. Not very good at it, but I do have one. The kick drum is also used for cymbals, so it gives your cymbals a fuller sound, so opposed to doing this. If you use the kick drum at the same time as hitting your cymbal, it'll sound like this. It just gives that little tiny punch that makes it sound better. To change your sound, you can tune them using the tuning pegs, or you can stuff blankets in there. I have a little pillow in there. You can stuff pillows and blankets in there to just give it like a deader sound, but I like to have a fatter sound like mine has. It could also be used in fills, and then without the kick drum, it sounds like that makes it sound that much better. Alright, so now that you know all the different components of the drums and what they do, you can start making your beats. So the main part of beats are usually hi-hat, kick drum, and snare. So let's just give a nice simple one. So like. Something like that. Or you can go more complicated, so like. Using your toms and your cymbal, or you can give a more rock beat, so let's do that. More rock beat, or use the hi-hat, do the same beat just with the hi-hat. Even just using the hi-hat opposed to the ride, it really changes the entire part of the song. Even using all those different components, the main parts are still hi-hat, snare, and kick drum. So there we go, now on to the song.